My name is Emily Jackson. I'm the Ikawa Home Manager. So I manage everything that is Ikawa Home. So that is green coffee, that's the product, that's the app, that's customer service. I moved back to London in 2017. I got a job working at Climpson & Sons, working in the roastery. After my 20 years working in the industry, I'd never seen anything like Ikawa before. And I thought, what is this? This is incredible. I want to know everything about this machine. And then they were like, oh, they build them around the corner. Do you want to go and see how they're made? And I said, absolutely. Jumped at the chance to go and see how the sausage is made. And, and I love it. I fell in love with Ikawa, and I've been working with Ikawa or for Ikawa since then. Our mission is to make coffee better for everyone. So that is from the producer all the way through to the home consumer. Ikawa Home is the original idea that Andrew Storley, who's the founder of Ikawa, had when he was at the Royal Academy. He'd been working in the automotive industry, designing engines for Ford. He had grown up in countries where coffee is grown. His dad is an agronomist, and so he decided that he wanted to design something that could be used at origin. It could be used at the home consumer level to roast coffee to a very high level. He designed the Ikawa Home Roaster first because his idea was to connect the home consumer directly with the producer. The home roaster debuted at London Coffee Festival, I believe in 2017. What was discovered was the home roaster was very well received by coffee professionals who had been looking for something like Ikawa for their own needs for sample roasting evaluation. So a lot of professionals started using the home machine, but they were also looking for other features to help them with sample evaluation. So then development into the Ikawa Pro began.
Okay.
And so there was what we call V2s. There's V1s, V2s, and they're all 50 gram, and V3s. And then we launched the Pro 50 and the Pro 100. In 2020, yes, 2020, and then the Pro 100X in 2022, which has the moisture release graph in it, which is some more information to help the professional user evaluate their samples.
So am I right in thinking that having this fork between the home and the pro allowed you to then focus on perfecting the features of the home in that kind of, I'm going to call it safe environment, but not necessarily safe, but kind of tried and tested. And then you were able to throw the advancements and kind of all the R&D into the Pro.
Yeah. So Ikawa Pro has had a lot of attention because the professionals have been so hungry for this kind of technology and these kinds of tools. People who are interested in Pro come to us, and we do have a trade-in program. So if someone did buy a home, they got so enthusiastic about roasting coffee and they decided to start their own coffee business, we do have a trade-in program available so that they can trade into a Pro. And we do have recycling and repurposing downstairs because we have a very talented team of people who can make sure that every part gets either reused or recycled. Home is very simple. There's one sensor, heating sensor, that's inside the machine. There's a different board and there's a different set of instructions and different calibration sequence. There's a lot more hardware. There's a lot more chunky, robust hardware behind the Pro, and there's a dedicated team to working out like technological stuff and advancing the Pro. As far as like the differences though, so Pro has its own app which has much more information available. So you've got inlet temperature profiles, you have exhaust temperature profiles, and then with the Pro 100X, there's a moisture release graph, so you can track, you can get first crack detection.
Okay.
With the moisture release graph with the Pro 100X. So it will take any coffee, any profile that you're using, and it will be able to detect first crack. Yeah.
Yeah. And how would they, like, what's the engineering behind that?
Ooh.
No.
Ooh.
Roughly speaking, if this is public, how many, like what percentage of components are shared between the two?
So Harry mentioned earlier that there's over 100 parts that go into the home. There's over 350 parts that go in the Pro 100X.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So it's like basically a completely different machine, really. With
yes.
Shared principles, presumably. But
shared design principles. There's some electronics that are shared. However, there's a lot more kit that goes into the Pro models. There's some of the components have like a longer lifespan, but it's not so much like planned obsolescence with the home roaster. It's that the home roaster, generally speaking, the life cycle is 3,000 roasts, generally speaking. So if the average person roasts 150 roasts per year.
So yeah, more than enough for them to graduate into a different.
Exactly. Yeah. So enough for 30 years. From the very beginning of Ikawa, we've always been user-centric. We're always listening to feedback from the consumer. We do that in an organized way through user research interviews and market research, as well as looking to our customer support and our customer service and seeing trending issues that are coming up or trending suggestions that have come up from the user. We send an email newsletter once a month to advertise the green coffees that we have in stock, or if I've gone on an origin trip, I will write a blog about it, make a video, and I'll publicize that in our newsletter. So those are the kind of things that the home consumer does want to know about, is about new coffees or like new advancements that we have. We're not currently working on anything for the home segment of the business, but when we do have something to share, that's how we'll share it.